Ladies and gentlemen, the new fall 2024 season will start very, very soon. Maybe you saw it here. In 40 minutes, new campaign will come out. So until then, I want to use the time to quickly check out the summer 2024 campaign, react to the current world records, and also to give you a little bit of backside information on, you know, some history of the world records from what I know. And we're just going to check everything out. So let's hop straight in. We're going to start on map 1. And we're gonna hop straight in. The funny thing is also, what I maybe should have shown you, it is still not decided who's gonna win the campaign. Look at this. I'm hiding it right now. Wait a second. But look at this. The ranking is really close. There is 3 people who are super close to each other. Neko, Maniac, and Mada. And if one of them gets a sudden last-minute world record, things could still change. So we need to stay up to date. It's crazy. Maniac is fighting on map 4, yeah, it's crazy, like, things could still change. Anyway, map 1, we have a world record by Neko. Not too surprising, Neko is, of course, really good at the desert cars, so he has pretty much every single desert world record, that's why he's so high up. And this map was not easy, though, because I remember Rinte especially also fought for this world record quite long. The map is, of course, very simple, so, yeah. The records are super, super close, as you can see. No crazy tricks here. Nothing really has been found. It is pretty much only about maxing every single turn. But yeah, it is once again not Eddie in first place. It's actually crazy. Eddie once again not in first. So map 2. This one I really dislike, to be honest. I didn't like this map. Maybe also for the people in the YouTube Twitch chat, you can always tell me, maybe rate every single map from 0 to 10. What do you guys think? Anyway, on this map we have this crazy no slide. I remember Kelvin got this world record rather just like 1 week ago or so, and he had a crazy improvement. Some other people caught up, but in the ending it's still Kelvin with the world record. I think this was honestly a yak map. I really dislike this one. This one was not fun for me. I don't know. It was also very frustrating to get the champion medal on, even though there was a no slide. I remember that as well. Next up, map 3 is a bit of a grass map by Servils. Okay, where's my here, medal window? So yeah, this one also nothing really happening here. This one I also didn't like. I don't know, the white maps this campaign really were not it, to be honest. There's some tricks here to reduce airtime. You also see like different lines, which is kind of cool. But everything is like somewhat equally fast. Look, that was my ghost. I lost 0.2 in the last turn. Yeah, hello. But yeah, interesting. In the ending, it is Sir Wills with the world record, slightly ahead of Soliva Guns and dropped. Good races here. The usual, you know, like Soliva Guns, Zodiac, always far ahead when it comes to maps like this. So, not surprised. Next map, we have a world record by Mada, and in second place we have Maniac, which is interesting, because apparently Maniac is currently trying to beat this world record. And if he beats Mada here, Maniac will be in first. It is crazy. And Neko will probably not get any more world records, because Neko already has all of the desert ones. So, it all depends on Maniac if he's gonna win the campaign or not, to be honest. So Dan, yeah, this map you have a small no slide here, Zack drift cancel into no slide. Mada with the wheel abuse, got it really good, slightly ahead of Maniac, 5,000s though. So 5,000s is what Maniac needs to beat Mada by in order to overtake. This is a crazy fight there. Like, I don't think we ever had like a 3-man fight until the very end of a campaign. Really, really cool to see. In the meantime, Victor, thank you very much for the 1-year resub, and Bratsky with the 4-month resub. Thank you very much to both of you guys, appreciate it. And we go over to map 5, final white map. This one is actually really cool. I like this one. This is a good map. It's a bit of a sausage speed tag. And you know what's interesting? We have Jeff in the world records. Maybe of you probably know him. FWO member from... He's mostly playing TMNF though. So very interesting to see him in the records of a TM 2020 map. That's interesting. Of course here, not really any tricksters or anything, just close fighting. Oh, actually Sentinel lost a little bit in the very end. Did you see that? By having a little bit of airtime here, he lost a little bit. Interesting. But yeah, close fight here, obviously. But nothing crazy to analyze or anything. And we go over to the green series. And now we come over to a map which is pretty cool, if you ask me. Map 06 is like a technical dirt kind of map. And here the gaps are a little bit quicker, or like bigger. I think Hobbit has had this world record since literally day 1. Like, he drove a really good time early, but then also kept improving it over and over again. That's actually crazy. Like, Hobbit really cooked this one. And he still has, not the biggest lead over David, but it's close. You have this cool trickster here with the nosedive. And David was actually ahead, but Hobbit with a really good ending. Also here in the ending, you want to avoid airtime. Also a little bit of a gear going on. Oh, and look at this. David was actually ahead until the very ending, but Hobbit got the last few jumps a little bit better. Reducing airtime on the left. Cool fight though. But this was a fun map. Very unique, but fun. Good one. Very good map. Map 07! We go over from a very good map to a very fucking shit map. This one, honestly, worst map of the entire campaign. Absolutely dog water to play. Like, this is like, yeah, 1, 2 out of 10. Like, this one was really, really bad. And you might see already, Corny has the world record. 0.1 ahead, but he's behind the others. Because this map has a shortcut. And I think Corny is the only one who actually made it. You can water bounce below the things, plastic bounce, and survive it. And if you get it good, it is barely faster. Actually crazy. Crazy shortcut by Corny here. One of the only shortcuts in the campaign. I think this was also found rather late-ish. Like, at least it was executed rather late. But yeah, definitely not a fun map at all. Like, I absolutely hated this one. But crazy cut here through the trees. Perfect low airtime. Very, very good by Corny. But I mean, Corny is definitely known for stuff like this. Map 8, we have Desert Car, which means we have Neko in the world record, of course. What else, or who else? Bit of a weird 08, like it is sort of an 08 map. You have like the downhills, but it's not a real 08. I don't know. I don't know if people like this more, or like if they prefer dank AO8 maps, but this is definitely a bit of a normal 08 one. And look at this, Neko actually got a really good drop here, and then Achtung, Desert Abuse, tap, 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 low airtime. On this map, actually, it looks like there's quite a bit more possible. Like, people could definitely do a 26.0 here. Like, not a max map. But, I mean, why would you want to hunt this? Like, this map was also... Yeah, not exactly great, guys. Not great, I would say. We go over to map number 9. This one was cool. This was a nice map. Basically, a platform tech map with, like, jumps and reducing airtime and shit. And I think on this one, Tween drove his time very, very early on. And I think Maniac only beat it like 1 or 2 weeks ago. Some interesting strats here, like jumping here, getting as much access speed as possible, then not reducing airtime here, just going full inside, getting the gear, fully over the edge here. Maniac even clipping it a little bit, and he still got the world record. Because he got this ending just so freaking good. And did you see that? Maniac went over this last edge here, and it pushed him inside. Compare it with Tween. Look at this. Zack, it pushed him inside, and with that he overtook. Crazy. Like, it's always the thing with these kind of edges. Like, you can go over them, and it can be faster, but you can also just get a penalty and be fucked up. Like, for hunting it's okay, but for rounds it is absolutely ass. He's also doing it here, by the way. Look at this. Pop. You see it? Like, you even hear the sound a little bit. And he did it twice in this run. Crazy. Very interesting that Maniac has this world record, because he's not really a tech player, to be honest. But yeah, good run by him. Very, very good run. Map 10. Map 10 this year has always been a car switch map. And this one was honestly the worst car switch map. Like, I don't know, like, this first turn is weird. Then you have this ice slide later on. I don't know, man. This is not it. This was not it. But since we have an old car ice slide, who has the world record? It is, of course, Dara. Dara, the official best player when it comes to desert, rally, or snow car on ice. Don't ask me why somebody would even, like, specialize on it. By a very weird map. I didn't like it. Others apparently did, because there was quite some fighting, though. Like, Dara didn't have the world record all the way. You also have the speed slide that you can do here. So, yeah, this is nee. Not my map. Didn't like it. Even though I like car switch maps overall. But this one was not it. Yeah, true. It's actually the only map that has Desert Car where Neko doesn't have the world record. True. But it doesn't really have any, like, normal Desert Car driving. It's just the ice slide. Next up, we have Bobsleigh. And this Bobsleigh map was actually really fucking bad, because there was this trick here. And this world record was actually contested quite a bit by the Bobsleigh players. I think Puck, who's one of the best Bobsleigh players in the world, had it for a very, very long time. But Darkest Sentinel beat him only recently. And the thing why this map is bad is the fact that you can get a high water bounce and skip a little bit of the sand. And if you do it correctly, you dry your wet tires, but still skip a little bit of the sand and have more speed. So hunting this map was absolutely not fun. The rest of the map was pretty cool, to be honest. Like, you had this dirt part with a dirt outside turn, also not easy to do. And also at the entry here, you can reduce airtime. Very smooth line here by Darkest Sentinel. Really, really good. But the Bobsleigh players definitely had a crazy fight here. And I remember I needed quite some time to get this champion medal, and it was not fun at all. But honestly, like, without this trick, it would have been a cool map, to be honest. But that trick kinda ruined it. Who's first? Right now, Neko is first in the campaign, but he could still be overtaken by Maniac especially. Maybe even by Mada. I don't know if Mada is still trying. No clue. Map 12. This is a remake of a map from the Trackmania 2020 campaign, so a very old one. It also looks very old. It's using a lot of these penalty platform blocks. I don't know how they're called. It feels like a very old map, and it also, yeah, I don't know, like, definitely not the greatest map driving-wise, but it gave me the Trackmania 2020 flair, like the 2020 campaign flair. So even though it's bad, it kind of fulfills its purpose, if you ask me. Like, bad map, but I see the point of it, if that makes sense. The records here, though, super close, as you can see. Not really any tricksters, not that I'm aware of at least. Just some good lines, good speed into the ending, and that is pretty much it. It was bad, but it was playable. That's true. And yeah, every single altered Nadeo campaign on that map was always ass. Because like, I remember I played the campaigns with other cars, for example, and the start never worked for any car. It was super annoying. Anyway, map 13, another Hobbit world record, and Hobbit had this one for quite some time as well, if I remember correctly. It's a bit of a speed fun map, sort of, and there's quite some tricksters. For example, doing a drift here and snapping into a no-slide into a very inside line. No airtime here, no airtime here. And then this part here is super important. People go on purpose a little bit wider and then go for a smooth SD on the plastic in order to keep as much speed as possible. Very tricky to do. I remember I also struggled here with the champion medal. And in the ending you have the cool bonk part. Bonk. And yeah, actually Hobbit wasn't even ahead. Okay, now the camera is fucked up, but I think, yeah, Scroll was slightly ahead. But then he was 2000s behind, so great fight here. Look at this, they are within 2000s, then we have a little bit of a gap, and then 3 players within 7000s. That is interesting. That is pretty cool. Crazy. But yeah, cool map though. Not really my map, but cool one. And now map 14. This one I really liked. It was like a mini multi-lap map with 3 laps, and this one, it looked weird and stupid, to be honest, with the surfaces being used, but it was really cool. This was a really good map, and I think almost everybody liked this map, right? Like, what do you guys think? I think this one was, like, everybody liked it. You have some cool tricksters here, for example, jumping on purpose a little bit bad to have less contact with the sand. Then here, of course, inside line, then a drift into the wood here, and then entering a little bit far left so that you skip the penalty grass. Really cool map here. Also here, going high to get this low bounce line. This map was fun, to be honest. I like this map. I think Dexter also had the world record here for quite some time. I don't think this map was very, very contested. Like, Dexter basically hunted it early on and then, yeah, just kept the world record. Maybe he improved throughout the season, I'm not sure. But overall, close fight, cool record, cool map, plus plus. Good job, Nadeo. So, I'm gonna take a quick sip because I'm waffling a lot. And we go over to map 15. Desert car map, obviously, Neko with the world record. But he actually didn't have it for a very long time. It was, I think, Jortim and Dara were fighting for this record for a very, very long time. Like, basically, throughout the entire season. And only later on, Neko decided to hunt it, and he got the world record. The funny thing is, though, people complained about this map because, oh, there's a car on plastic, you can slide out, blah, 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 blah. But you know what I call? I call skill issue. Because Dara and maybe also your Tim are on keyboard. Look at this. Dara, absolute action key piano here. Action key 4, action key 3, action key 4. Tap, 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 action key 3. It's like full action key, full keyboard. Like, you can be fast like this. And Jortim also says in the chat, we drove like 45 different world records. That is crazy. Are you also on keyboard, Jortim? Yeah, look at this. 2 keyboard players fought on the desert car map, while all of the other keyboard players were fucking crying instead of trying to improve. Look at this. Keyboard works if you sit down and learn the piano. You might need to be Beethoven, but if you are Beethoven, you can cook. And look, you guys even had a better start, or like at least an equal start to Neko. Neko pretty much only gained with the tapping here, and with the better lines. But not because he has the pad advantage or anything. Yeah, guys, keep practicing instead of keeping complaining. But good fight here. Kinda sad, to be honest, that Yortim and Dara didn't keep the world record. But I mean, Neko is just so skilled on Desert, it was not a surprise. But cool map though. Like, Desert Core on Plastic is a little bit yak, yeah, but still a cool map, I would say. Okay, diving into the Red Series, guys. We are going in. Doesn't mean it's good gameplay. That is true, Dennis. That is true. But many people also just complain that it's impossible with keyboard. And that's just not the case. That's just not the case. Anyway, map 16. The gaps are a little bit higher. The reason for that is that this map has a shortcut. There's actually a lot of tricks. It's basically a little bit of a penalty surface reactor map, sort of. And the thing with penalty always is that you wanna reduce your contact with it. So there's a lot of tricks you can do. For example, going over this hill to have a little bit of airtime. Also here, full jumping to skip the penalty. Oh, we have different lines here. One person went outside, another person went inside. Interesting. Also a little bit of no-slide shenanigans here. Overall, just always shortest lines, as you can see. Full inside, small snap by Buddy on top. But then we have the reactor suit. I think this cut was theorized very early on already. But it was not too easy to execute, and Platt got it so good. Like, look at this, look at the exit speed, perfect landing, so much speed, higher gear, crazy, crazy, crazy. Also here, small trick where you lift up one wheel and you have a little bit of ground contact and therefore keep more speed. Also here, direct line, going for a little bit of a jump here. A crazy record. Blood got it basically, but look at this cut, guys. He was even like 0.1 behind, but look at this. Low airtime, perfect bump, and he lands perfectly flat. Absolutely mashallah of a cut. Crazy, crazy, crazy. 0.2 of a lead, which is a lot on campaign maps. You all know that. So yeah, crazy. Crazy cut by Blood. Definitely deserves the world record here. Really, really cool. I think Corny, by the way, was the first one to perform the cut. Or at least he was the one who found it. If I recall correctly. Did I see the Cup of the Day cut? I didn't see that there was a world record driven with it, but I know it. Then, map 17, the dirt map of the campaign. Obviously, we have a dirt map, so we have Insanity, of course. Insanity has had the world record for basically the entire season. Only recently Mada beat it, I think like a week ago, but Insanity was like, ha! I can easily improve it, and he beat Mada by half a tenth, which is, as I said, a lot on campaign maps. So, yeah, Insanity, dirt map, you have no slides, you have some dirt outside turns. You have everything a dirt map needs, and this was a really cool dirt map. Like here, small no slide, great line by Insanity, beating Mada with the wheel, which is not easy. And yeah, cool dirt map, I really liked it. I didn't hunt it a lot, to be honest, but it was a fun map, really nicely calculated, good gears. And yeah, obviously Insanity with the world record. Wait, Mada tied the world record of Insanity, but then Insanity improved it. Okay, I see. Yeah, interesting. So Mada was about to beat it, but Insanity was like, ha, I improve, no problem. So yeah, cool. Pretty cool fight. Then, map number 18, we have Desert Core, ladies and gentlemen. And it is, of course, Neko with the world record. Also quite a little bit of a lead. I remember throughout the season, Kanchika had the world record on keyboard for quite a while. And yeah, but then at some point Neko came back, and this is a slow desert map. And when it's slow desert car driving, there's a lot of four-wheeling and a lot of tapping needed. So it's good for keyboards, but it's also really good for players who are good at this tapping rhythm. And Neko is just the best player with this. It's just crazy. He just taps for his life. Tap, 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 tap. He doesn't have that big of a lead, but look at these lines here. Tap, 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 tap. Super inside, super great tapping. Keeping more speed than everybody else, and in the ending, he has the world record by more than a tenth of a second. Honestly, I really like this, and I would say that this is the best desert map of the campaign. Would you guys agree with that? Like, even if you're maybe not the biggest desert car fans, I think this was the best desert map in the campaign. Also because no smooth steering was needed. Like, with keyboard, you could perfectly drive this map. Like, you know, Kanchika, for example, proved it, Yortim as well. I think this was a really, really good map. It was a bit of a mini RPG map, sort of. Like, everything kind of narrow, smooth jumps, nice turns. This was a really good map. Really, really good one. I liked it as well. Didn't hunt it because it was very bad for wheel, to be honest, because you need a lot of tapping. But, banger map. Good focus, Nadeo. So, map number 19, ladies and gentlemen. The tech map of the campaign. And look at that. Holy shit, I didn't even know. Dexter with 0.7 of a lead over his competitors. That is a crazy big lead, because tech maps are usually very, very hunted. Like, there's always the tech community who just hunts these maps for like 100 hours. It is like so stupid, I will never understand it, but they always do that. And Dexter, of course, Texter, I was almost about to say Texter. Ach yeah, true, I forgot. Look at this, we have a trick. Instead of doing a very long and slow slide, people are hitting the left here, bonk, getting the acceleration penalty, but getting around the turn, and holy shit, that's actually crazy. So I guess this strategy is part of the reason why Dexter is so far in the lead. But yeah, cool trick though. Very, very cool trick. Softy would not be happy, but Softy not working at Nadeo anymore, so it doesn't matter. Piranha not doing, you think? Okay, we can check. Yeah, look at this. Here, see the comparison. It is not a lot faster, but it's gaining a little bit, you know? Especially if you get it as good as Dexter did. Min was actually ahead, but Min apparently had... Yeah, Min had a bad last turn. He was too far inside here, and you need exit speed for the ending. So you can see Piranha had way more speed, slowly overtaking Piranha here in the ending. Good race. It gains a lot, like 0.2. I mean, if you get it perfect, I guess, but do you guys know how precise a hit like this is? Like, it's literally every millimeter that counts. This is not easy to get at all. So it can gain a lot, but you need to get it good and then also get a really good rest of the run. So it's not easy to be faster with it. Anyway, interesting tech map. I don't like tech, but it was a good tech map. So, map 20. A map that should be really good for me, but for some reason I never ended up hunting it. Because, yeah, it is a wood map. Wood with grass, basically. And I liked the map at the beginning. I also had the world record on day 1. But the thing is that I stopped hunting it because it was very easy to get too fast on the map. And that made it a little bit annoying. For example, at this part here, it was very hard to not overjump here. And I don't know, in the ending, Nova with the world record, Mada in second, Clumpy also really close. Clumpy had the world record at the beginning for a very long time. And he kept improving. And look at this, Nova also on keyboard. Ah, keyboard world record. Okay, that's cool. Oh, look at this, Nova must have had an insane ending. He has more speed than Mada here. Different line, going for a more direct one. And then no airtime, perfectly inside. This map is very satisfying, but hunting it is really not that fun. Because, I mean, at least for me it wasn't. Because, yeah, as I said, like you can easily be too fast on this map. And that made it a bit frustrating. So even though it was a wood map, I decided to, yeah, not really hunt it. But still a cool map. Like, I hope we're gonna see another wood map in the new campaign. Very good one. Good records as well. You see the gap is also quite high. Neko also hunted it. He has a top 5. There are crazy fights here. I'm actually, yeah, I think my PB is literally from day 1 or day 2. Which is kind of interesting. So yeah, good records, cool map, nice one. And with that, we only have 5 maps left, and we start with map 21. And 21 is probably my most favorite map of the campaign. It is a bit of a mini RPG map, and this one is really, really cool. There's a lot of parts where you can gain time on this map. And this was, in general, a really fun map. Like, this is a map that could have been used for Trackmania World Tour, I would argue. There's a lot of cool things happening here. You have, like, quarter pipe jumps, you have a lot of transitions, very wicked line here as well. That was found later on. As you can see, players have a lot more speed with that, and they can risk the transitions a bit more. So really, really cool. Also here, dodging the penalty grass, very interesting strat. And here, this drift, I didn't like too much. This felt a little bit weird, to be honest. I never managed to figure that one out. Then also here, very hard quarter pipe jump. This looks easy, but it really isn't, because you want to have very low airtime so that you can have speed. And basically in every single transition, you can, also here, small intended shortcut, same for the ending here. But the cool thing about this map basically is that every single transition and jump that you have, you can risk. And you can basically minimize airtime as much as possible. And if you do that successfully, you will have a little bit more speed into the next jump or transition. And with that, you can risk that one even more. So it's a bit of a snowball-heavy map with transitions. So with each transition that you get better, you can gain more and more and more. And it just snowballs throughout the map. And that's what makes this map very interesting, if you ask me. I'm pretty sure also, like, technically there is a lot more possible here, time-wise. Like, probably, if you get, like, a perfect run, you can do a sub 52 probably. But it's just so damn hard to get everything really good in one run. So in the ending, we still have a close fight here between Mada and Solyar, but I'm pretty sure, technically, there is more possible. But really, really cool map. One of my favorites, for sure. So, map 22. Haha, yeah, interesting map. A full-on, like probably the most proper full-speed map that Nadeo has ever built. And we have, like in the top 5, we have 2 fights going on. We have Mada and FlashTube fighting for first. And FlashTube has hunted this record since day 1. He also had it for a very long time, but at some point Mada, the full-speed greatest of all time, the full-speed GOAT, decided to hunt this one as well. And even though he's on wheel, and on wheel he is maybe a little bit weaker on full speed nowadays, he still decided to go for this. So Mada and FlashTube, crazy fight. Then we have almost 0.4 of a gap between second and third, and then we have Dummel, Haskell and Griff very close to each other as well. And this was not only a very proper full speed map built by Nadeo, where you actually can do full speed, where you actually can do speed slides and snowball speed. Like on older Nadeo full speed maps, it often was the case that it was actually very easy to get too fast for the map. But on this map, it wasn't possible. And additionally, there was a shortcut. There was these boosters here are placed in case you have to standing respawn here, so that you don't start from 0 speed. But people found out quite early that you can actually get through this tiny gap here at full speed, and it's super precise. Look at this. Ping. You need like perfect steering, especially also because let me do it a little bit in slow-mo, because you can hit this hill here on the left. So it is, wow, it's insanely precise, and people are driving this at like 600, 700 speed, which is just crazy. And yeah, that speed basically snowballs all the way into the finish. We have some more speed sliding here. Not too easy to do. But yeah, also probably the most difficult AT ever in a Nadeo campaign. Like, you really needed good full speed lines here to get this one. Like, this was not an easy offer time. And also the champion battle was not easy. Like, I can tell you that one. That was not easy at all. Yeah, okay, 25 offer time probably was harder. At least for me, it was more difficult, because I am better at Desert Card than at full speed, of course. So, map 23, 3 maps left. This one, a freewheel tech map at night. Very, very interesting kind of style. The thing is, the map got ruined a little bit. You don't really see tech players in the top positions, because there is a shortcut. And I just see like Maniac hunted this one, and also Neko has a top 4 here. Neko is not really a stadium player at all, and he hunted a shortcut map, because here he has better chances. That is crazy. But in the ending, there is a shortcut you can do. Basically, you can skip the final turn of the map and instantly bump into the finish, but it's not easy, because players have freewheels. So you need a lot of speed, nose dive into this, let the nose bounce up again, bounce on the border, and then directly get into the finish. And people hunted this one so much. Look at this. They had it so freaking good. So bounce, ping, clipping the edge, and into the finish. Crazy close fight between Maniac and Corny. Look at Neko's time. What did he do? What did his shortcut look like? I think some people even went through... Yeah, look at this. Neko, even more lucky, bounced like this and through the triangle. Holy moly. I don't even want to know how much time people spent on this map. It's just crazy. Like, I would never have the patience to hunt this. It's just crazy. It's actually crazy. Okay, map 24. Yeah, map 24, let's say the competitive mixed map of the campaign. 1 minute long. Could also be a map used in a competition. It's using a lot of surfaces. We have bobsleigh, we have transitions, we have tech, we have dirt, we have different effect blocks. Not that easy to drive this one. Actually, fun fact. Fun fact here, guys. I have a 102.57 on this map, and I remember I played an altered version of this map. I'm not sure what exact altered version it was, but the alteration of it didn't change anything of the map. The map was literally the exact same. Nothing has changed driving-wise. And on the altered version, I drove a faster time. I drove like a 102.3 or 0.4. And technically, I could have also easily driven this on this map, but on the altered version, I have a better record than on the real version of the map. It's like the most typical Granadi thing happening. But yeah, then also you have the ice slide here. Very tricky to get that one good, because you need to get a gear. Then here, small release, because otherwise you would overjump. Then here, very tricky line. Wanna not lose the gear, which is not easy at all. Getting this gear clean. Right turn here, a little bit of dirt, which is kinda easy. Then you gotta make sure to stay quite far left here, otherwise it's very easy to hit this wall. Also here, staying inside, keeping the gear. Then this drift here, you can risk a lot to the corners. As you can see, people are going pretty close. And then the ending, very important, you wanna keep as much exit speed as possible. And look at that, Heath had it perfect here. Close to this wall, because this exit speed you can basically keep through this jump, up the hill, and into the wood. Heath actually lost a lot in the ending to Wolf. Let me see the comparison there. Heath did a little bit of a wrong line here, because he was like a little bit more ahead. But you know what the reason was? The reason was that Heath went a little bit smoother over the grass. Heath basically went too far inside and didn't keep as much speed up the hill. And Wolf also with a giga inside line. Cool fight though, very good map. I think most people definitely like this one. And with that, we go over to map 25. And I think we can agree that this season's 25 probably is the hardest offer time Nadeo has ever done. I think people struggled a lot on this one. And the world record is 3.5 seconds ahead, so it doesn't look like it. But getting this offer time is crazy difficult. Apparently not even 1,000 players got the AT. And even I struggled on this one. And I'm like this map has stadium car, it has fast desert cars, so you need smooth steering. It is not easy to get, but even I didn't have the easiest time here. It's not like I got it within 2-3 attempts. I also took a little bit. So this one was really crazy. But in the ending, it has desert car. So of course, Mr. Neko is back with the world record. Also has quite a little bit of a lead. And the thing is, on this map, we had quite a few people fighting. I think Rinte, Mada, Maniac, and Neko all kept improving on this map throughout the season. And only towards the ending, Neko decided to, absolutely dominate this one. And, he just, like, Neko is not the best stadium car player, but at some point he figured out the drift, he figured out this grass part. And, he just had it, like, he just cooked the desert car parts. They're very tricky here, a lot of tricks that you can do. One of the tricks is that you can go very inside and full speed here. And also this wood section, look at this, he's doing it full speed. Look at this, how much grip he has. Perfectly managing the two-wheeling, getting a little bit of a wobble here to get the low airtime. Tap here, keeping four-wheel ground contact into the bobsleigh. Like literally what Not says in the chat. Neko just doesn't give a shit and his car is just doing what he wants. And it's just crazy. We can maybe watch it out of someone else's perspective, because he's just zooming away in the ending. Like, look here, they're still somewhat equal, but Neko at this point is just like, he just says tris with us. It's just crazy. So here, perfect line, perfect inside, getting the low jump. Maniac getting it as well, but Neko is he's just gaining a little bit everywhere. And in the ending, he is almost 0.2 ahead. It's crazy. Yeah, that's also a thing with Neko. Like, in the middle of the season, Neko didn't drive any world records because he was on vacation for like 2 weeks. So, he was kind of inactive. And then, in the ending, I think it was actually Marius89 who convinced Neko to go for the victory. Because he was like, yeah, if you get all of the desert world records, you can win the campaign. And Neko was like, yeah, I don't know. But then in the ending, Neko decided to commit. And right now, if we look at the leaderboard, he still is in first place, as you can see. Like, the fight is still on. Maniac could still beat him in the final 6 minutes. I'm not sure if is Maniac actually streaming. I'm not sure. Does anybody know if Maniac is streaming the campaign? That would be crazy. I'm not sure. Maybe he's just playing for himself. No, he's not. Okay. But yeah, technically, we still have 5 minutes until the new campaign comes out, and Maniac could still win it. And that is crazy. Like, usually, like back in the days, we always had exactly one player dominating the campaign from the moment the season started, basically, until the very ending. Lately, we very often had 2 players fighting for the victory. But this time we have 3 records. It's like 3 people fighting. It's actually crazy, eh? Holy moly, eh? Holy moly. Pretty close fights. But yeah, with that, I want to conclude the summary of the summer 2024 campaign. I really hope you enjoyed. Also, the people watching on YouTube. Let me know what you think about the campaign. And the moment you are watching this, I already uploaded. And I hope you enjoyed. And tschüssi mit Uzi.